Hi, church. I have decided to take on a rather ambitious project here. I'm going to talk briefly on each book of the Bible. I'm going to tell you what my favorite passages are in each book and why. I'm going to highlight each book and why I think it's worth reading. So let's get to it. My favorite passage in Genesis is Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Let's unpack that. Uh, this is geology, and this is a pen. Uh, in modern language, in the beginning, time. God created the heavens, space, and the earth, matter. Why does that matter? I'm glad you asked. This pen cannot exist without those three attributes. It needs to be matter. It needs to exist now, and it needs to take up space. So the foundation of existence for us is dependent on the construct of time, the construct of space, and the construct of matter. And God spoke it into existence. But wait, there's more. The word God from the original scriptures was Elohim, which is a plural noun, and that's because it's referring to the Trinity. So right off the bat, we find out that the plural God, the Trinity, created time, space, and matter. I think that's just so profound. I absolutely love that. So this book is the history of origins. It's probably the most attacked book in the Bible by unbelievers, evolutionists, atheists. And there's good reason for it. There's a lot of stuff in Genesis that disputes everything evolutionists stand for. And they try to rip it apart because if they can poke a hole in Genesis, Genesis is the foundation of the Bible, of our faith. And Revelation is the end of our time structure that we have. And after that, we will be on a new earth and a new heaven. So, I mean, we've got talking donkeys. We've got God just spoke everything into existence. It sounds like a fairy tale, but you need to understand something here. Rather than believe that God created everything, evolutionists would rather have you believe that everything came from nothing. That is the most unscientific premise I could postulate for you. Obviously, everything did not come from nothing without someone creating it. Nothing means, let's see, nothing, right? So, it's the book of origins, and it's was first written for Israelites, God's chosen people, and today it represents the origin and foundation of faith for both Jews and Christian believers. It talks about our trust in God, promises made just as Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, trusting in God. For today's believers, we're encouraged to rely on God's faithfulness. It teaches us God's grace and mercy are always available to us, and those who seek forgiveness and seek today Jesus Christ. So, what a fabulous book this is, and its stories. That's one of the reasons why we've been doing Bible stories at our Wednesday studies, because people relate to stories. We understand them, and we appreciate them, and they give us, well, I don't know what to say. We all have our favorite stories. To me, this is my number one story. I love this because it literally talks about how God created everything into existence. And it's worth reading. It's a wonderful story. It's a wonderful narrative. It talks about Joseph, one of my favorite characters in the Bible, and his time in Egypt, his brother selling him, all the tragedy he had to go through, all the overcoming he had to do. Just a fabulous story. If you want to just read a particular story, look up the story of Joseph in Genesis, and it'll keep you entertained and educate you for some time, probably for the rest of your life. So I hope you liked my little introduction to Genesis. If you haven't read it, please check it out, and if you have read it, read it again. Read it in the context of God created time, space, and matter, and it will give you a different view of that book. I love you, church.